Hey Soul family, welcome back to the channel. This is the White Feather Tarot, and in today's reading we are taking a look at what to expect, what big blessings and new beginnings are happening with the solar eclipse. Now, a lot of things are happening astrologically these days. You know, there are big energies, and so in today's reading, we're focusing mainly on the solar eclipse, especially that's happening with the new moon in Aries, so you can see so much energy happening. And so we're going to be taking a look at the big blessings and the new beginnings happening with that energy for you. We have been seeing in our tarot cards for the last couple of weeks, maybe even month, depictions of the solar eclipse. And so the cards themselves have been telling us that major things are happening during that time. And we've seen glimpses of these here and there in your readings. And so I cannot wait to get into today's reading for you guys. And let's now begin and take out the 4 cards for today's reading. So, what big blessings and new beginnings are happening for you? 1, 2, 3, and oh, which one is it? Which one do I feel? This one. And 4. All right. Let's find out together what they are. For pile number 1, you have 7 lotuses. For pile number 2, you have 4 lotuses. For pile number 3, you have 2 lotuses. And for pile number 4, you have 3 birds. If you like to pick with crystals, let me add these right now. There we go. So for pile number 1, you have the Amethyst. For pile number 2, you have the Mookite Jasper. For pile number 3, you have the blue Agate. And for pile number 4, you have the Amazonite. So take a look at which one of these 4 piles or 4 crystals you're the most drawn to, and that will probably be the pile for you here today. Feel free and happy to pick more than one pile if you feel drawn to them. And as usual, you'll find the timestamps down in the description box. Click on your times and I'll see you in your readings. We're about to begin your pile preparation process. If you feel like you need any more time to take a closer look at your piles or your crystals, please pause the video, take as much time as you need, and then begin your reading. Hey Soul family, welcome to your shuffling and pile preparation process. It is so lovely to have you here as we prepare for your piles. And in today's reading specifically, I'm very excited about it. I'm usually excited about the readings. I love doing readings for you guys. Yes, sometimes it feels when it's long and I've done so many, sometimes I could get tired. But honestly, doing readings is one of my passions that I love very much. It does take a lot of work, but I do it happily from my heart to you guys. Today's reading I have been excited about. I have it written down and I couldn't wait for the day that this would come. Very excited about doing this reading like I mentioned. And so let's find out through today's tarot cards what big blessings and new beginnings are happening with this solar eclipse. To do this reading, these are the cards that we are going to be using. On the left are the oracle decks, and on the right are the tarot decks. Okay, so let's begin this sacred, beautiful process together. What big blessings and new beginnings are happening with this solar eclipse for the collective, please? Which one? That happened today as well. Which one do I feel? This one. I feel this one as well. This one moved. Let's take it. Right, so what big blessings and new beginnings are happening with this solar eclipse for the 4 piles of today's reading, please? This deck, the animal deck, oh, this one moved. I guess I'm gonna have to take it. I was like drawn to it very much, and I was like, oh, this one as well. And I was like, what? Animal deck? What am I gonna do with an animal deck? And then I was like, trust the process. I mean, if it's called, I feel it, you know, when you feel it so much, you want to take it, and when you put it back, it feels bad, you know, it just feels right for the reading. So I was like, okay, obviously it's supposed to be there, and I've included. Let's see how this deck is serving us today. Very excited to find out. Okay. So, what big, I felt something there. What big blessings, this one, and new beginnings are happening for you with the solar eclipse? Okay, so we're ready with our oracle cards for today's reading, right? Now let's get straight into your tarot cards. Okay. I feel this one. Funny how this one played out. It's like there's so much confidence on what the card says. Looks like this is a message for you guys. Page of Wands. Page of Wands. Look, at the moment you could feel like there is an obstacle in your path. I feel like you're gonna be meeting someone or getting information that will be playing as the remover of obstacle from your path. You know, these days I would highly, if you like to do so, of course, like connect with the energy of Ganesha, who's known for removing obstacles from your path. So if you feel like things could otherwise be moving smoothly for you guys, but there's something in your way, I would highly connect with Ganesha. But other than that, your message is, that was just advice from me. Your message from the card is that what you think is standing in your way is going to dissipate. It's coming out of your way, and your road ahead or path ahead will be smooth. Expect that to happen in the next coming days. I heard that in my mind, next coming days. So some sort of obstacle is going to be removed from your path. Okay. Smooth path ahead, my dear soul family. Smooth path ahead. Okay, so we now have your 4 piles for today's reading. Let's now put them together. I saw a vision in my mind. I think this also pertains to you because it's happening during the pile preparation. I saw a surprise coming up, and I saw you about to run to the surprise because you're so excited to get it. And I heard, wait, be happy that it's here, but don't run and rush right away. You know, take your time to calmly go to it and pick it up. I don't know what this is, but I'm sure because I saw it in my mind, I heard the words, and so my job is to deliver it to you. Let's see how this rolls out for you guys, and maybe in the next coming days, hours, who knows. Okay. So, exciting news coming for you. The advice is don't act in an excited way, or be excited but not overly excited. You know, take your time to take it. I don't know why I got this image, but I'm sure it's going to be useful for you in the right time. Okay, so that is pile 1. Pile number 2. There's definitely exciting news coming for you guys. Pile number 2. Pile number 3. And look, it's the astrology cards that are popping up the most. I feel there is another message here for you, especially with all the skies up there in the cards. I feel there is a message of look up at the heavens these days, or follow what's happening astrologically these days, because it will definitely help guide you on what to do, maybe what to avoid, and how to go on your path correctly. All right. So many messages already. What's up? Okay. So 4 piles are ready. Let's now place your crystals. We don't want to placed them in a wrong way, because that happened once where 3 and 4 were mixed up. So let's focus. That is the Amethyst for pile number 1. It only happened once, but then I became very aware of being careful. Pile number 2, Mookite, Jasper. Obviously happened for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. Pile number 3, blue agate. And pile number 4, the Amazonite. It's interesting how it covered this bird. Right, if you're pile number 4, we'll keep note of that in your pile. Okay, so my dear soul family, this is the preparation process. Some of the things I observe I don't say because I wait for your pile, and then some things I am compelled to say. So you're really watching the preparation process raw every single time. I love to share this energy with you guys. I feel like they are your piles, and you genuinely not just deserve, it is your right to watch your pile preparation. That's why I always keep it there, and I'll always keep it there as much as possible and as much as I can. And my dear soul family, thank you for spending this sacred time with me. Love your energies. Love you guys very much. May we always be connected. And let's begin your reading. Hi, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. You have chosen the beautiful Amethyst as well as the 7 of Lotuses. So we have the 7 of Cups here, and there's so much going on in this card. Cannot wait to delve into it. But first, we are going to, of course, be taking a look at the rest of your cards, and together we'll understand what big blessings and new beginnings are happening with the solar eclipse for you. Right, so my dear pile number 1, you have Lily of the Valley. Yeah, actually, we can really see 2 types of energies going on here. We'll talk about it in a second. You have... my God, the cosmic egg. There is a huge shift in your world. That is for sure. But I do see you moving between 2 worlds, and we'll talk about it right now. You'll be dealing with both energies all of a sudden, even if you've already left. I think there's so much to say, and maybe you won't understand exactly what I'm saying now because I didn't clarify the cards to you yet, which I will in a second. Let's just take a look at the rest of your cards first. So you have Gemini, again, 2 energies. Curiosity, intellect, and networking. Duality with a Gemini. Okay, dual worlds. Oh, and you have the Sun in Scorpio with endurance. Right, such a cool reading. Expect huge things, my dear pile number 1. Let's first take a look at your tarot cards. Why are they like, let's give them space. Okay. Right, that's much better. So you have, whoa, right off the bat, you have the 4 of Wands. You have the 5 of Pentacles. And again, we see the dual nature of the 2 worlds here. You have the 8 of Wands with traveling between the 2 worlds for sure. It could be literal traveling or navigation between the 2 worlds. You have the 7 of Swords with politics, the duality. You have the 8 of Pentacles. Ooh, the Queen of Pentacles. Love this Queen of Pentacles. Right, you have the Temperance card. Again, dealing with 2 energies for sure. And you have the 6 of Swords with the beloved god Tauhiri Matia. And we see navigation with the Six of Swords. In fact, Tawhiri Matiya has to do with protecting travelers. This is definitely confirmed. There is so much amazing things happening in your pile. Let me introduce to you the energies that I'm seeing. So in the Seven of Cups, this is a rather positive cup because it has to do with your dreams and your fantasies. And the wonderful thing is, sometimes the Seven of Cups could just be that, dreams and fantasies. And sometimes it's you reaching out to your dreams and fantasies and believing in them, right? Sometimes it's a card about, not knowing what to choose. But this is not the energy that we see in your reading. So here I see you are at the moment, we see the sky here and we see the water. We in fact can see deep into the water, what's inside the water. And so I see that you have either moved into a new world and you're experiencing two worlds together, or this is about to happen for you. And once you step into this new world, which I really feel for you, my dear pile number 1, is that you have already, or you're about to. You will start seeing amazing opportunities and life going on in the other world, almost where you would think, wow, I'm living this world, and on the other side, they're living a completely different world. It's almost as if we're living two parallel worlds. You know how when you travel, sometimes in your world, things are happening in one way, and then you travel to a new area with a new atmosphere and a new culture, and maybe the rhythm is either faster or slower. Things are much nicer or calmer or maybe worse. And you get to see the different energies, and you're right off the bat going, whoa, gosh, it's a totally different world here. The energy, the rhythm, the ideologies, it's as if I shifted to another world. And I feel that like this is what's going on in your world at the moment, or is about to happen for you. Now, the interesting thing about your reading is that, or what your energy is showing, is that you're going to have one foot in the older world, perhaps the world that you are now in or used to be in, and the other foot in the new world. This is going to come in the form of a surprise, I believe, because you do have the cosmic egg, which shows us that life has come out of what we thought was nothing, and that's why the eggs, the cosmic egg, is really in ancient civilizations has been a symbol of the world being created, because you look at an egg and you think there's no life in there, and all of a sudden you start seeing it crack and life comes out of it. So I see out of the blue, you're being plunged into a new world. You start discovering a new type of life, living a new type of life. But as you do that in your new world, you'll still be in contact with the other world. So it could be traveling back and forth, where maybe you're going to be, if this is a relationship, then you're divorcing from this old toxic energy, but then you move to a new beautiful town and you have new nice friends now, and it's all so nice. But sometimes you have to go back, pick up your things. Sometimes you have to go back to finish some things. It's not done yet, or moving between two jobs. You're already in this new reality and you're like, oh, I don't want to go back to this old job, but you still have to, because you have to finish some paperwork. Depending on how this resonates in your life, I see a painful past that was full of lack, was a bit toxic, tricky energy, and there is a dichotomy in energy between the two worlds. One is so beautiful and dreamy, but the more you stay there, it feels like a real reality. It's becoming the reality, but then you're sometimes woken up and going, hello, you're still part of that old reality, and then you're taken back to this old world where you have to finish some things. And that's why I said with the Lily of the Valley, there are two energies, because the lily of the valley, since ancient times, was regarded as a very precious plant. In fact, the extraction they got out of the lily of the valley, they used to call it golden water, or in Latin it was aqua aurea, golden water. It was so precious. It would treat many nervous disorders. But at the same time, the other part of the plant is highly poisonous. So I of course, with the Gemini, I'm seeing all duality. And so endurance here is telling you to endure, because as you move from this old world into the new world, big things are about to happen. Now, the lovely thing about what's happening for you with the new moon in Aries in the solar eclipse is that it's exacerbating. Maybe I want to say expediting, but we did say exacerbate, which we're seeing here, by the way, as well. But this is like making the karma, releasing the final karma, so that things move very quickly for you. So you might see a little bit of a slowdown. You might feel a little bit of tension here and there, and that is helping to push you out of the old energy quickly into the new energy. Make the final things happen and get it over with. Like an example of that in our real world is, for example, if you have a child and they have a lot of exams and they have to do 2 pages every day, but it's gonna take them a whole month to finish what they're studying. And then at the final week, at the final 2 weeks, you're like, do you really want to go through this for another 2 weeks? How about, I'm just suggesting, how about we study the whole day during this weekend together, and we understand and learn more about the things you have to study, and actually finish studying them. Like, take the whole weekend just for that weekend, and another day, 3 days where we finish everything, and then you're free. Wouldn't you like that better than studying another 2 weeks? I don't think you want to study another 2 weeks. And then your child thinks about it, and you're like, you're going to be free, and you can go to the swimming pool on Tuesday, and you can do this and you can do that, and then your daughter or your son goes, what, I like this idea, let's go for it. And they're in there with you. Maybe they don't like it, they hate the fact that they have to study all day, but they get what's going on. So I feel like this is what's going on here. There's a little pause, or a little bit of discomfort happening. Maybe you have to go back to that old world just as you stepped into the new world, and you're like, but I just stepped into this new world. This is one of the blessings that I'm getting with this with the solar eclipse. There are so much to go to come ahead. There's so much I can see, which I'm going to be talking to you about, by the way. We're not done with your reading at all. I'm just making sure I deliver this part first. And so you're so exciting about all these things opening up for you, and now you're being hindered by going back. So expect that for things to start moving for you to finally be released from this old karma, this old energy. There might be a bit of discomfort happening, all for your own benefit, to expedite things. Okay. It is, before I move on, I want to say something else. It is fragile, right? You want to make use of this energy moving quickly for you, finally, but you at the same time have to endure a little bit. It may not be your best case scenario. So with the 8 of Pentacles, I see that you have mastered enough. Can you say mastered knowledge, or mastered the use of the knowledge that you've had? You've mastered yourself, and you know exactly what to do when communicating back, maybe with the other people, or when connecting back with the old world. It might be a bit toxic, but you've grown so much and you've become stronger. You even may be supported with a lot of resources to help you avoid any sort of discomfort. Not to mention Tauhiri Matia, the god of the wind or the storm, I think. God of storms, yes. Is a god that also helps travelers. So you're greatly protected, and take this by no small measure. You are absolutely protected. You're very strong now. So as you're going back to the old world, do know that you'll be absolutely fine. You might be dreading it. You think perhaps things are going to go down the way it used to. It's not. You've become stronger. There is a lot of protection. You have the resources and the means now, maybe. The resources that you need to go through it very well. Right, now that we've established this connection with the old energy, now let's take a look at what's happening for you in this solar eclipse with the new world that you're getting into. With the cosmic egg, it's the creation of the universe. From nothing, everything was created. And this tells me that from a world where you could only imagine things with the Seven of Cups, you're now entering a world where you can actually make the very dreams that you used to imagine in your mind and wish for come to life. These dreams that you would have, if only I had this job, I would do that. If only I had this type of money, I would do that. If only I had the tranquility, I would start working on that. And so on. And so the if onlys are becoming a reality for you with this solar eclipse. Things are calming down. The old world is moving away. The karma is being released. And most importantly, with the Queen of Pentacles, especially that it's lining in conjunction to the Five of Pentacles, we're going from lack to having everything. This is the Queen of Pentacles. She has all the resources needed to create the reality that she wants. In fact, these resources were created by the Queen of Pentacles from the first place. So I feel like from dusk to dawn, a new day is beginning, is rising with the solar eclipse, giving you the opportunity and the power of resources to be able to achieve one by one every single dream that you have wished for. And with the Temperance card here, we're seeing some sort of magic and alchemical process here going on, where the shift between the two worlds almost feels magical. And the things that you will be able to create as you move between these two worlds is going to be absolutely magical. It's going to be, especially this time of your life, it's going to feel like a storm, but it's not the bad energy of a storm. The storms, they can be good and they can be bad, depending on the intensity and depending on what they do. For example, sometimes a strong wind is great news for the windmill if you're prepared. Sometimes it's too strong and it breaks down things. I feel here you're being supported and protected with the god Tauhiri Matia. And so this means the storm or the strong change that's happening with the solar eclipse is actually helping you in every way in your life to make your dreams happen. I say dreams because of the Seven of Cups. Whether it will feel a little bit uncomfortable or whether in some areas it's going to feel really good with the fast movement, especially that you have the Eight of Wands, that's momentum, fast movement. In all cases, things are happening very quickly. Even the times that you have to endure are going to be moving very quickly. And they're going to move in a much easier way than you can imagine. You're, through this process, going to feel blessed that you actually went back to the old world, because it will give you a chance for you to see just how strong you have become, what type of things you can handle, collect information to keep yourself safe and protected, and move on with power, with a properly closed chapter and beginning with a new one. There's tricky energy here. You know, this combination reminds me of something really funny, because this has to do with traveling. And the Seven of Swords could be something that is tricky, that you were afraid of doing before, but now you will decide to do because it will make things faster for you. For example, let's say you're afraid of riding airplanes, right? Since it has to do with traveling. And so you would say, you know what? If I have to take the train and travel for 2 weeks, I will do it, but not take the plane. Very afraid of the airplane, for example. And then you realize that if you just this one time take the airplane that you're so afraid of taking, you might be able to go to this other place, pick up your resources, come back, finish what you have to do, and you'll cut down time by maybe the quarter of the year, or at the end of the day, if you calculate both options, one will, if you take 2 weeks going and then do whatever you need to do in 2 weeks coming back, maybe that'll take 3 months overall to finish everything that you have to finish. If you take the airplane, you go for to 1 day, finish for a week, come back in a day, and do whatever you need, and then you'd be finished by 2 weeks. For example, rather than going back and forth and wasting 3 to 4 months. What I'm trying to say is, I see you having the boldness with the new moon in Aries to try something that you would otherwise would have been very afraid to try before, that will expedite things for you greatly. Not only that, but you will discover a lot of power within you. You'll discover a new type of power that you haven't used that will somehow help you with speed. You know how, like, for example, sometimes you would be so depending on someone to do something for you, a specific thing that you're always afraid to do. And so whenever this comes up, you call this person, you say, please, please, please do it for me. And they're like, I don't know. And then maybe I'll see, oops, I forgot to do it for you. And you get frustrated and you're like, you know what? I'm going to do this for myself now. So I don't know what it is. I've been trying to translate the energy that I'm seeing here as much as I can, but I think you get the gist of the energy. You will be trying out something that you've been very afraid of coming near in your past. This huge energy is giving you the boldness to get in touch with your inner strength that will help you come out of your comfort zone, do something crazy, succeed magnificently at it. And then you'll think to yourself, my God, the amount of time and enjoyment that I've lost because I haven't been giving myself the chance to see that I actually have it all and I do not lack it. So along with everything that's going on, busy time for you, along with everything that's going on, you're also discovering some sort of inner strength, and you access a new door that you're opening up for yourself, a new card that you have that you can use whenever you want to do things that are vital and important in your life. And finally, I see you finally moving into this new world completely, not having to rely on the old one. I see the chapters closing. I see that the very lessons that you've mastered and learned will be kind of like the access will help you as skills to get a lot of the dreams that you have wished for. I see coming up in your life is a lot of traveling, a lot of wealth, a dear companion A dear companion. I see for some of you a lot of assistance. These could be either people assisting you or maybe people that you will hire. Take it as it resonates. But a lot of assistance for sure. I see wealth or resources that will give you access to do what you want. You know, like consider these resources as a passport. You know, you need a passport to travel from one country to another. So whether these resources are finances, whether they are people helping you, whether they are new opportunities arising in your life, at the end of the day, these are translated in your cards as a passport to help you move freely and create the dreams that you want. In this era of your life, starting from this solar eclipse, I see it's an era where you get to plunge into your dreams, see it for real, touch it, breathe it, dwell in it, where it becomes your new world. And in this new world, you are going to make your dreams come true. You'll be celebrating one milestone after the other. Every milestone is either a milestone towards one of your dreams or a milestone as in achieving one dream after the other. So many milestones, and at the end of the day, your biggest dreams coming true. This is exactly what I see for your reading, my dear pal number one. Big energies ahead. I wish you all the best of luck with that. And if you've enjoyed your reading, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And please don't forget to check out my 2 productivity books. The Productivity Handbook teaches you how to become a productive person right away, to manifest your dreams, and it is full of techniques on how to tackle your tasks, even the most intimidating ones. It helps you with techniques that open your mind to brilliant ways of approaching productivity and becoming productive. It helps you, it teaches you a healthy mindset. And so with this healthy mindset, you don't have to endure the tough emotions of being disciplined, because if it were about enduring it for a long time, then at the end of the day, it's going to fall. You're not going to be able to keep it up. It teaches you how to have a healthy mindset towards productivity. It teaches you not to rely and depend on motivation. And because although it's a wonderful emotion to have, it comes and goes. Really, it's a mind-changing book that will help you forever in how to become a productive person and achieve your dreams in an enjoyable way. That's the whole point. And if you're interested in checking it out, you'll find a link to this ebook down in the description box. There's also an audiobook if you love listening to your books. And while you're there, you might want to check out the Productivity e-cookbook. That's like a sister book to this ebook, because it truly helps you find the time to do what is important for you. This book meant a lot to me. I've actually partnered with a nutritionist that I really love and believe in to bring out for you 210 recipes of healthy and delicious meals that are cooked in a matter of minutes, giving you the rest of the day to do what is important for you. There's also a vegan version if you're vegan. If not, you can make use of both ebooks because there are no duplicate recipes, and this way you'll have a plethora of healthy and delicious meals to pick from for the rest of the year, or maybe even your life. And if you're interested in checking it out, you'll find the link to this ebook down in the description box. And my dear pal number one, thank you so much for tuning in. I wish you the best of luck with this big energy. Your reading is full of big energy. I wish you the best of luck with what's coming. Big things are happening for you. And my dear pal number one, I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number two. Welcome to your reading. You have chosen the beautiful Mookite Jasper, as well as the 4 Lotuses. This is the 4 of Cups, such a beautiful card. Let's take a look at the rest of your cards. And today we're taking a look at big energy. What big blessings and new beginnings are happening for you with the solar eclipse. To do this reading, we are going to be taking a look at your oracle cards first. Very excited. Let's find out what's there for you, my dear pal number 2. Whoa. So right off the bat, you have the poppy flowers. Okay. I kind of feel like this is a wake-up call or something, because, you know, the poppy flowers are related to being the chemical that helps you, the sedative. Yeah, I think morphine, if I'm not mistaken, or opium. No, opium. My apologies. I think it's opium. It is extracted from the seeds. And so we see the energy of relaxing, being calm, especially with the 4 of Cups. And then some pushing happening, especially with the waves here. Anyways, let's find out more what this is all about. You have, Leo, talk about big energy. So you have, with the energy of the Leo, you have self-confidence, loyalty, creativity, power, of course. And you have the peacock. Wow. Okay. Wow. I love this energy for you. Displaying something, especially that Leo is here. And you have Jupiter in Libra with negotiation. Can you see that? My apologies. There we go. Wow. Right off the bat, I'm seeing 2 things. Yeah, feminine and masculine energy, you know, softness and appearing and being bold and showing yourself. Let's find out more, my dear pile number 2. Such an interesting pile, right? Especially with the 4 of Cups as well. We see both energies of tranquility, but also with strong waves as well. So, right off the bat, you have the Tower, but look at this Tower card. I always say this about this specific Tower card. You see the Tower has collapsed, but this witch is very happy about it, actually. So we see both energies here. Something powerful happening that you'll be very happy about. You have the 2 of Wands. There. You have the 4 of Cups again. All right. It's a theme here, this 4 of Cups. But I always see tranquility and then tumultuousness going around. I see a lot of water. In fact, this position of how this 4 of Cups is sitting, and you have the lotus, this reminds me of Lakshmi, the goddess Lakshmi, who sits on the lotus flower. Now, the goddess Lakshmi is actually the goddess of fortune and blessing and prosperity. That is really... how did I miss that? This is obviously talking about the solar eclipse. You have Jupiter, which shows that there's a lot of expansion happening for you during that time. A lot of good luck and prosperity. Let's find out more. What? You have the Hierophant with the nothingness. And this is a Sanskrit concept called shunyata, which explains how the universe was created from nothing. Everything was created. And since we're talking about the goddess Lakshmi, this, of course, who was the consort of the god Vishnu, one of the Hindu trinity, a major god. This is a major event happening for sure. And it's certainly related to some big creation. That's why the witch is smiling here. Something is being brought down for something big to be created. Especially the Vishnu is the god of to keep up with something, to maintenance. So something is big is being created and is being maintained. Wow, this is certainly big energy here. Yeah, even lotuses. Oh, yes, I wanted to tell you this. Even lotuses are related to the god Vishnu as well. Because one of the, in Hinduism, one of the stories about how the world was created, it's certainly one of the major stories, is that an umbilical cord came out of the god Vishnu into creating a lotus flower where the god Brahma was created. And Brahma was the creator of the universe. He created everything, created the goddess Saraswati, who's also depicted with the lotus flower, by the way. So yeah, this is confirmed. I can totally see here that from tranquility, something big is happening. And that's what we see, exactly. That's what we see with the Shunyata. All right. You have the high priestess. Something is coming up that you do not see or expect at all. My dear pile number 2, such a cool pile. It's like your world is the oyster, just like the Lord Brahma created the world, created the universe. I'm seeing you create something big. This gecko is also grabbing my attention. All right. You have the Knight of Wands. Can you see your cards? There. You have the Knight of Wands. I don't know what's up with the camera today. You have the Ace of Pentacles. Right? And you have the Page of Wands. Right. So, my dear pile number 2, if you've clicked on this pile, congratulations. Big things are happening for you here. Let's take it bit by bit. And if I'm not mistaken, I remember this is a spirit that has also to do with good luck and fortune. I forgot the name of the spirit. Hold on. Yes, that is correct. Nang Kwok in Thai folklore. And she brings fortune and good luck. In fact, even here with the Page of Wands, you see you're being showered with a lot of good luck happening. I remember what was entering Aquarius. Pluto. Yes, Pluto and Aquarius, which entered in March. It's staying there for 20 years, showing us straight away that you're now feeling that energy. This is a translation that with the new solar eclipse, with this solar eclipse, not just expect a new beginning. This is a new beginning that's creating a new world for you that will be beneficial for you for the next 20 years. My dear pile number 2, a lot of fortune and blessings and prosperity will be upon you for the next 20 years. And hence why this witch is smiling at this Tower card. An old world is falling and a new world is arising for you, where you're creating the world that you want with the Two of Wands. What used to be a dream and a vision, you're going to be creating. And there's so much more to come that you have no idea about with the High Priestess that you will be seeing. But my dear pile number 2, do know that your world moving forward is going to feel so good. And there's 2 energies here for you. An energy of living in peace and harmony and feeling very good. Very, almost where you feel high with happiness and pleasure. And at the same time with the peacock, I'm not going to lie to you, especially with Leo in your reading. For one reason or the other, you are appearing, maybe even to the world. You're being seen. So being seen could be for many reasons. Being seen could be you because you feel, again, the energy of being sedative. Do you see the Knight of Wands here? Sorry. You know, some people drink to feel good, and that's what I feel with the Knight of Wands, is that you will be in this ecstatic energy, this beautiful, tranquil, calm energy for the next 20 years. I think the prosperity and the blessings that are coming in for you are allowing you to live these years with so much happiness. So I was here saying standing out could be due to many reasons. It could be because you look very attractive and that you have a lot of prosperity. It could be because your work is going to make you feel seen. Maybe you're going to do something that will make you stand out in the world, and maybe even create a name with Leo appearing here. In all cases, you're starting a new chapter that is very different from what you have lived since maybe even where you were born, talking about being born. It's like a real new birth to your life, where your life was divided into two main parts, even if they both have chapters. The old chapter is wrapping up, and you're starting a new calm life, bringing out the new and building up a new fortress. This gecko is catching my attention. Let me think about that. You see that as well. Let me think about it. Let me take a look at the symbology. Hold on. Okay, so you won't believe this. Ginkgos, they symbolize that luck is coming to you, especially if you see them in a home or a house. It says to bring good luck to a house. So if you see geckos in the next part of your life, every time you see them, whether on cards, maybe real life, do know that they're symbolizing to you that there's a lot of good luck coming and happening in your life. Pile number 2. Things may be calm now, maybe for you, with the 4 of Cups, especially with this 4 of Cups. I think energetically, you are going through the quiet before the storm. And the storm here is not something bad. The storm here means before amazing things start happening in your life. Many things are gonna start changing for you these days with the solar eclipse, my dear pile number 2. You'll see things falling down. You'll see chapters being closed. You might stop talking to this person. You might start getting referrals. You might start getting a contract, getting news. All of a sudden, you'll start, things are going to be very quiet, and then bam, big things are happening. And I hope I didn't shock you there, but perhaps this is exactly what's going on. The sedative energy, maybe things are moving calm, perhaps slow, maybe you can't see what's ahead, and big surprises are going to start happening. I cannot tell you what type of surprises are exactly happening. I literally see a black screen as well as the High Priestess. She is the gatekeeper between this world and the other world. But fasten your seatbelts, my dear pile number 2, because major things are about to go down. Major things are about to be rebuilt. Major things are about to move or start being built, pile number 2. And starting from now, up until the next 20 years. And by the way, please don't take 20 years as limitations. I'm just following the cycle of Pluto here. For you, it could be forever. 20 years could minimum be 20 years and maximum be forever. So for a very, very, very long time, I even heard in my mind for the rest of your life. So for most of you, it's for the rest of your lives. Whatever you wish for, you will literally feel like the world is your oyster. You will be able to create the things that you want very easily. And you will be able to achieve the dreams that you want. It will feel so easy for you for one reason or the other. This creation energy. You even notice from the very beginning, your energy is full of symbolism. Your cards are full of symbolism of creation. And so I see for you that moving forward, any dream that you have, any idea that you have, you'll be able to address it and make it come true very easily. My dear pile number 2. Something about also your looks, the way you look. I see fresh, young, beautiful energy. So it looks like you are growing younger. You are looking very attractive. You're standing out. That's certainly something that's standing out in your reading. There's something about your health and your vitality, your strength, and your glow that is happening moving forward, my dear pile. Something is igniting here, almost like a match with the solar eclipse. It's going to be a powerful energy for you, for sure. Especially that you have Jupiter, which already shows that it's the energy of expansion. So whatever is happening perhaps to others in a generous amount, it's happening to you with a big energy type of amount. Can we say that? No, we can't say that. But you know what I want to say. What's happening for other people, which they will infinitely feel grateful for, it's happening to you in a bigger magnitude. And for that reason, your ability to create and achieve your dreams is way bigger than the energy of the world, I want to say, or the energy of what the obstacles that could stand in your way in the world. And the boat here is tied to the dock. It hasn't moved yet. I see that you will be shocked. It's like a wake-up call, being sedated, and then this peacock going, what? Yeah. So if we're translating the movement of the cards, I see from things being calm, some event is going to happen that's going to shock you in a good way. It's going to shock you. It's going to shock people around you. And you're going to become untouchable. And once this starts happening, it will hit you just how safe and big things are going to start happening to your life. This is going to come in the form of a surprise. Wait for it, my dear pile number 2. And I wish you the best of luck from my heart for what's about to happen in your life. This may be one of the very significant readings you will have in your life. My dear pile number 2, big things are coming up ahead. I wish you the best of luck from my heart, as I mentioned. And this was your reading. If you've enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And please, talking about the dreams and manifesting what you want, this book could truly help you out. This productivity handbook could truly help you out in achieving and manifesting the things that you want in a very easy way. This book teaches you a lot of techniques that help you tackle even the most intimidating tasks. It opens up your mind. These techniques, they open up your mind to brilliant ways of approaching productivity and becoming productive. It teaches you the healthy mindset to have towards productivity, not having to depend on motivation, because it's a feeling that comes and goes. It's lovely while it's there, but it teaches you not to depend on it, how to be productive regardless of whether you have that emotion or not. It teaches you how to not carry these heavy emotions of discipline, because if you carry heavy emotions, at some point you're just going to drop it. You can't continue to carry something that heavy and believe that you're going to go on. It teaches you how to have a healthy mindset towards productivity. I'm sure it's going to help you become a productive person and enjoy the journey. And this way you can manifest what you want left, right, and center. And if you're interested in checking it out, you'll find a link to this ebook down in the description box. I'm sure it's going to be one of the key turning points in your life to help you achieve the things that you want. There's also an audiobook, by the way, if you love your audiobooks. And while you're there, you might want to check out also the productivity e-cookbook. It's designed to come with it. This book helps you create healthy, delicious meals that are cooked in a matter of minutes, giving you the rest of the day to do what is important for you. I've partnered with a nutritionist to help to bring out this ebook for you. There's a vegan version, by the way, if you're vegan. If not, there are no duplicates. Perhaps you can even make use of both ebooks to have a plethora of healthy and delicious meals that are cooked in a matter of minutes for not just this year, perhaps even the rest of your life. And if you're interested in checking it out, you'll find a link to this ebook as well down in the description box. And my dear pile number 2, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm wishing you the best of luck, and I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. You have chosen the beautiful blue agate as well as the 2 lotuses. This is the 2 of cups. What a beautiful card. Let's keep it right there and take a look at what big blessings and new beginnings are happening to you with this solar eclipse and new moon in Aries. All right, so let's begin your reading. We're starting off with your oracle cards first. So, you have the elder. Okay. You have the wolf, right? You have Venus and Pisces with submission. If we keep it here, would you see it? Yes, I think you would. Okay. And you have the North Node, destined to have. Very, very cool. That's really, really nice, actually. It tells me a lot, this North Node, but I'm going to wait and take a look first at the full picture with your tarot cards. So, right off the bat, you have the beautiful sun card. And this is such beautiful togetherness type of energy with the 2 dolphins here. You have the 3 of swords, okay, with an airplane. Maybe, wait. You have the Ace of Pentacles. You have the 5 of Swords. You have the Queen of Cups. The Hanged Man. You have the Knight of Wands. Actually, we need to move this because we need more space. So you have the Knight of Wands. Is someone trying to take something? I'm not sure. Okay, you have the Star card with silence. Oh, wow. And you have the Queen of Swords with morality. So right off the bat, I feel like one of the major big changes that is happening for you is that you are meeting someone who is staying there for you for the rest of your life. This is someone who's loyal with the wolf here. It's going to be a very significant connection, and perhaps it's a connection that's been there through especially with the traveling, from time to time, maybe from one past life to the other, I feel like karmically you come back together to heal something. Perhaps maybe you've done something together that was wrong in a past life, and you are kind of stuck until you fix it. You know, like in Hinduism, this idea of moksha, reaching moksha, being released from the cycle of death and rebirth and coming back. So this is just, by the way, I'm seeing a long history, is what I want to say, between you and someone you're just about to meet now. I see that this is someone who's coming. Perhaps you've lived a long life without meeting this significant person. I feel like in this lifetime you were standing alone, as opposed to how it used to go in past lives where you were always together. I think with the Five of Swords here, you have agreed to meet later in life. Perhaps it was a way not to, for you both, not to stand in the way of finally releasing this karma that's keeping you hanging and finally reaching moksha. This is a very significant person in your life. I feel with the dolphins here, perhaps even a twin flame that you will be enjoying in this lifetime and not suffering with. Now, of course, I know this is a general reading and it may not be twin flames. It may not be love at all. It could be a great friendship. Finally reuniting with someone who used to be so close to you and meant so much to you. But maybe you've separated. Or someone you haven't met at all, who will mean so much to you, who will make your life so peaceful, so beautiful, and so healing for the rest of your life. And I say that is because you have the elder tree, and in folklore they tell you, you know, don't sleep too long under the don't sit too long under the elder tree. You must know about this, because otherwise you'll have a long sleep. It's perhaps due to the mild, what is it called, the word, narcotic effect, or the scent coming from the elder tree. And so I see eternal tranquility and eternal peaceful rest. And with the dinosaur appearing in your reading, this reminds me that you too, the dinosaur, you too come, although this is towards the end of the world rather than beginning. Oh, okay. You know what this could be talking about? Two dinosaurs. Old versus the new. North Node is towards the end of the journey, and that's what prompted me to say moksha. So this means that you've known each other from a very early life, perhaps from the very beginning of life, maybe even. You know how in Hinduism there's 4 yogas, right? Meaning 4 ages, world ages. And we've gone through the 3. We're now at the final age, which is the Kali age. It's the time of, you know, chaos and eruption and people being dishonest with each other and so on and so forth. I'll tell you something so nice here. You two as souls, whether you're friends or a parent and a child, or two connected souls, or 2 lovers even. I really feel for a lot of you this could be a love reading, but not necessarily for everyone. Especially with the elder tree, we see a lot of sedativeness. My point being, you two were always connected from a past life, from a far away age, from the beginning of times. You know, the first yuga was Satya. It was the age of truth. age of where people treated each other so kindly. There was an understanding of respect. There was prosperity. Human beings were working towards their dharma, and they had built great things and done great things. And so you're not even like old souls. You're really souls that have been disciplined, that understand how to deal with each other. Why? Because you have the Queen of Swords. It's all coming together perfectly. And you have a lot of morals that hold you back from doing the wrong things, from connecting with people who don't have these values and morals. And so finding each other in an age like that is going to be one of the biggest blessings. And so, I don't know, but with the solar eclipse here, something is erupting and something is happening. Perhaps what I noticed here is fate interrupting, or something happening for you to finally meet. And although it looks like fate has interfered, fate doesn't interfere. You have always decided that although it may not have been easy, but you've decided not to connect until later on in life, so that you can finally heal and win your moksha. I think perhaps you may have relied too much on each other, or may have prompted each other to do the same cycle, and then it wasn't stopping. You had to stay away from each other, and your souls may have felt quite cold with the Queen of Swords, but you found a lot of healing not being there with each other. So you could have gone through a life where you felt imprisoned. Do you see that? Stuck. Your soul just didn't connect with most people. You're not used to, especially that you've come a long time with this person. Maybe you're not used to navigating in such coldness. A lot of your past lives were in other yogas where things were easier. This is the roughest one. And to experience this world without kindred souls was pretty tough on you, especially that you've understood so much and learned so much, and you hold on so tight to your morals. But it was necessary for a lot of important healing to happen. Now, back to the main point of the reading, which is this big blessing and new beginning happening for you. Some event, I feel like this is about to get unlocked. And you are about to meet this person once more, perhaps for the last time. And a huge surge of emotions will erupt, like two souls who have missed each other for so long, finally feeling like they've come together. You will meet a person who you will feel connected with right away. Oh, your souls will almost feel like, where were you? No matter what form of connection you've decided to be in this lifetime. And you will click right away. You will be friends right away. It will feel as if you've known each other for many lifetimes, which you have, my dear pile number 3. With this person, you will finally find the truth. I don't know what this means. I just channeled this. I swear to you. You will finally find the truth. I don't know what happened here. With this, take this how it resonates. With this person, you will have one person who you will deal with, who understand who understands at a soul level what it means to deal honestly, speak truth, and you won't have to explain so many of the things that you used to have to explain that were just common sense. Like, you don't have to defend yourself with the Five of Swords the way you used to. It's not one winner and one loser with the Five of Swords. It's more harmonious energy, where two parties know very well, without having to explain or go back and forth over logical arguments of what should be done and what shouldn't be done. You'll find this soul to be quite disciplined and have the common sense that you are looking for. From this moment, when you find this person, I feel like you two will not be going through the usual difficulties that most people will perhaps have to go through in the Kali Yoga. Of course. Although you will feel it, in an airplane, it does feel the environment around it. But you will be greatly together protected from it. You will not be experiencing it in the same way that perhaps others will have to go through. It's your final destination. It's your moksha. And I think you will be meeting, because you have, to a great extent, with this Cassaduus, as well as the Star card, which is the card of healing, you have already healed all, if not most, of what you came here to heal. And so now it's time for you to unite without getting in the way of each other's karma. And you will no longer have to feel this discomfort that you had to go through alone as a soul. You'll finally unlock this karma from yourself. You will unlock this karma because you've done all of the necessary healing that you came here to do. Now I can see that you will recognize each other right away, almost like a cry. Maybe even you will have a smirk when you see each other. Because even though you don't know each other, your soul recognizes each other that much. And so you will find yourself behaving maybe in a little bit of a unregular way when you meet a new person. Maybe a smirk, or maybe hopping into a deep conversation right away, or tuning in right away with this person. I wonder, how is this going to happen for you? Maybe through a travel that you will have soon. But of course, it's not necessary. I think the Three of Swords and the plane may be an uncomfortable travel. Maybe you will meet this person in some sort of commute as you go to a place that you might feel like you don't feel like going to, or uncomfortable, or a long journey, like a long commute. Maybe you're taking the train or the bus for a long ride, or you're simply going in to an errand that you've been putting off for a couple of days, and you finally decided to get into it and fix it or address it. This errand or place that you're going to seems to me like something you've been trying not to go to, and because it's time for you to meet this person, and because you so much don't want to do that errand or go to that place, you will find that life is pushing you with either deadlines or payments that you have to make, or some legal documents that you have to finish, or something that, you know, is going, nah, you have to do it now. And you'll find yourself that you're going to go to this place or this errand or this place to in the 3D finish this situation or deal with the situation. But really you will find that you're making this movement because you're meant to meet this person now. And perhaps this is what is the interruption in faith. Maybe you're avoiding something, and this person is in that area of avoidance because this person had to be there in the plan, because you're avoiding this in order to keep away from each other. But now that you're going to meet this person. I know that this reading is going to manifest with the same energy, but in different ways in your lives. So keep an open mind about how this is going to happen in your life, about how you're going to meet this very critical and important soul that is meant to be part of your journey. For a lot of you, this could be a twin flame. But this time, you're not going to go through the difficulties that usual twin flames go through. This is like the final meet up, you know? Also, the discomfort may not be commute. It could be picking up the phone to make as a reservation. It could be doing a task that you've been calling off, something that you really don't feel like doing. You think you're better off without it, and your life is pushing you to do it with some warnings, so that you can finally meet this person. And once you do, there is no going back. Two souls that will always stay connected with a lot of love and respect and I believe values and ethics and treatment that only the rest of the world can dream of now, with education that came from a long time ago. You are destined to be together, and there is no separation from now until you reach your moksha, my dear pile number 3. Strong energy of a person coming. This is what's happening with this new solar eclipse. A bit of discomfort that is leading you to something that couldn't be more comfortable and beautiful, my dear pile number 3. This is exactly what I see in your reading. I wish you the best of luck. May you have eternal happiness, protection, and love. And if you've enjoyed your reading, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And please don't forget to check out my 2 productivity books. They are there to help you out, achieve and manifest the things that you want into your life. The Productivity Handbook teaches you how to become a productive person right away as soon as you finish the ebook. It's full of techniques that can help you tackle even the most intimidating tasks. It's full of techniques that help you open up your mind to brilliant ways of approaching productivity and becoming productive. It teaches you the healthy mindset of being productive. It's not about, like waiting for motivation, because motivation comes and goes. It's a wonderful emotion to have, but it does come and go. And so it teaches you not to be reliant on it. It also teaches you not to endure heavy feelings of being disciplined, because discipline is important, of course, but if you hold on to heavy emotions and not enjoy it for a long time, you're simply going to drop it. It's not sustainable. And so this book teaches you the healthy way of looking at productivity so that it becomes enjoyable. It's a journey that you're meant to enjoy and not despise. And if you're interested in checking it out, you'll find the link to this ebook down in the description box. It could truly help you out in being productive and manifest the things that you want. There's an audiobook, by the way, if you love listening to your books. And while you're there, you might want to check out the Productivity e-cookbook. It is a It's like a sister book to the productivity handbook because it helps you have the time to do the things that are important for you. And so I've collaborated with a nutritionist that I really love and believe in to bring out to you 210 recipes of healthy and delicious recipes that are cooked in a matter of minutes, giving you the rest of the day to do what is important for you. There's also a vegan version if you're vegan. If not, there are no duplicates. Perhaps you can even make use of both ebooks. And again, if you're interested in checking it out, you'll find a link to this ebook down in the description box. And my dear pile number 3, I wish you the best of luck with this beautiful energy of what's to come. May you enjoy your company with this beautiful kindred soul for the rest of your life. And my dear pile number 3, I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number 4. Welcome to your reading. You have chosen the beautiful Amazonite. Okay. As well as, interesting, I got a message with that as I was looking at the 3 of birds. As well as the 3 of birds. This is equivalent to the 3 of swords. And you can see 3 white doves here. Okay, let's keep it here for the time being, and let's take a look at the rest of your cards and together find out what big blessings and new beginnings are happening with this solar eclipse and new moon in Aries. Okay, so you have the birch tree. New season for sure with the birch tree and the Amazonite. All right, let's find out more. You have spider. You know, it reminds me of the cycles of life, perhaps karma, being entrapped by karma. All right, building your own karma maybe, or somebody's karma. Let's find out more. Oh, and you have, Jupiter and Leo with publicity. I think I have great news for you, pile number 4. Something you're not going to expect here. And that's the energy actually that comes with the solar eclipse. Yeah, big energies. So you also have the 10th house, structure, discipline. It's reminding me of karma, this structure and discipline. Life mission, accomplishments, and career. In fact, is karma related to the 10th house? I'm not sure. Let me check that. The internet is slow. Mercury retrograde. But I'm not sure. I would, since I'm not getting information in your reading, I pretty much feel that this is with structure and discipline. I feel like we're talking about karma here for sure. I'm sure this card's going to give us more, but I think it's a confirmation to what I'm intuitively picking up here for sure. My dear pile number 4. Okay, so you have the 2 of cups. You might be drawn, by the way, to pile number 3. Just saying, if you were, this is definitely an invitation to check it out. You have the Queen of Pentacles. You have, look at all these cats. You have, gotta be careful with the rules. Never had I had to cover this card before. All right, so we have the Queen of Cups with receptivity. You have, the Death card with transformation. Wow. A huge transformation. In fact, I'm feeling karma again here. Arise from a situation where you were drowning, maybe. We'll get to it in a second. You have the 5 of Wands with a windmill here. Wow, the 10 of Wands. Okay, we see a ship arriving. Kind of justice arriving here. And the Strength card. Look, pile number 3. I'm going to walk you through your cards and show you what I'm seeing here. So, first of all, in your main card that you were drawn to, we see 3 beautiful doves, And it seems like someone was hunting them down. And so 3 right in the heart. And so you wonder why these innocent birds died. Perhaps for the pleasure of someone, simply for the pleasure of someone. So this looks to me like someone who has in the past done something very hurtful and unfair for you. This unfairness could have prevented you from accomplishing a life mission or achieving something in due time that you were whoa, what a shock, sorry, my cat's here. You were supposed to achieve. Something interrupted this pattern, just like the shock that I had. Someone interrupted the natural flow of something. You know, this gives me many types of vibes. Interrupting a flow that was supposed to happen could be someone, especially with the death card arriving, maybe someone was playing around with energy they shouldn't have been, or someone that entrapped you, lied, manipulated, they've done whatever they've wanted to do, and they've taken from you for a time something that was supposed to be yours. Since this was supposed to happen for you anyways, and nothing can take something that is supposed to happen in your lifetime away, no force can do that, may have interrupted it for a while, but to their shock and everybody's shock, you are still going to be receiving something, albeit late, but you are going to take what you were always supposed to and destined to take. That's the first thing that I see. And I'm going to try to explore what that thing is. And so, with no cause could mean maybe out of jealousy, or out of competing with you, or not wanting to see something good for you. Publicity shows me that during this solar eclipse, with invisible winds, or something is going to happen that will expose this person and perhaps even what they've done to, I want to say, to a very bad extent. I see the repaying of karma happening in your reading. The birch tree is related to the spring, you know. In the Irish communities, they have the traditional Yule log, the winter Yule log, where they bring pieces of the birch tree and they do the cleaning energetically, taking out all the bad energy, preparing for the spring, preparing for what's to come. So for you, I see you in the Queen, with the Queen of Pentacles, in conjunction to the Strength card. What you were supposed to take just a little bit of has energetically accumulated, and you're getting 10 folds with a 10 here. And although it could have come a little late, you could be very lucky that it's coming late, because it's coming in a huge amount. This could be wealth, this could be prosperity, this could be beauty. Depends on what happened here and with which person, what they have done. But we see a windmill moving again, and things running its course, and you know, the rivers filling back the empty banks. And, yeah, the water running its course, and things starting to happen for you. This has been an energy where you felt entrapped. This is an area of your life where you felt entrapped, and you're coming out of this entrapment all grown and healthy. And so it was part of your karma at the end of the day. And it was part of your transformation and part of your great growth and emotional balance as well. So you're prospering during this season, my dear pile number 4, with this with this solar eclipse. A rite, especially a karmic rite, is coming back to you, and you're going to be seeing two things. You're going to see someone being greatly exposed for something that they have wronged you with in the past. Maybe you didn't even think that they would be exposed, and you see a lot of eyes, of course, which we see in the birch tree usually. A lot of eyes, a lot of people gathered up to listen to, oh my God, what did this person do? How could they have done that? They've wronged pile number 4. I see you feeling like you got your right back. See the arms going up. Yes! Not because this person is going to be suffering, but because perhaps you were wrongly labeled. You, with the publicity, maybe you're getting your reputation back. And you, perhaps maybe with this person, try to like explain that they wronged you. Maybe no one believed you. And so you feel like you're getting your rights back. Yes, this has been happening for me. I was wronged here. And the bounty is finally here. Your karma, their karma. What I want to say is, your rights are finally here, my dear pile number 4. And there's a lot of exposing about to happen in your life, not in a way that is uncomfortable for you in any way, shape, or form. I see you feeling blessed. You're getting a lot of advantages out of this. You're celebrating with loved ones, and it's going to be a very special moment for you, my dear pile number 4. This is happening. I feel like this is happening to you. You're getting to see all that in this lifetime, maybe not in the next, because you've grown a lot. You've balanced, and maybe there is no next lifetime. That's why you're drawn to pile number 2, by the way. You might want to check pile number 2. And the person who used to have a lot of power over you, who used to hurt you, I feel like they will be greatly surprised as to what type of power you now have. I think they will be very afraid of you for one reason or the other. They will feel like, wow, I have messed with the wrong person. They might have taken your power for granted. They did not realize just how much power you have, or they did not realize the power of the karmic cycle. And this person will be paying a lot. They would have never imagined in a million years that things would have played the way it is going to be played now. And with this transformation card, boy, will times change. Boy, do times change, and powers shift. Powers shift greatly. And that's the type of energy I believe you and this other person are greatly going to be feeling during this solar eclipse. The seasons have changed. The seasons have changed. This is a person who took their power for granted and has used it unfairly, almost to an extent where it's not just about lacking empathy. It was beginning to be fun, like a game, you know. They ceased to consider their actions anymore. They didn't care about the consequences of their actions. And I see an energy of tyranny. For sure. And dealing with things as if it was all too easy, taking things for granted, people's emotions for granted. This person or these people didn't ever think that times would be changing like that. Also, the weight and force of where people stand is shifting. The scales of where people stand is shifting. Whereas people could have been, by them, putting you in a weaker position perhaps. I see a lot of people gathering up here, especially with publicity, putting you in a stronger position. Yeah, I noticed a lot of cats. And my cat coming in shocked me. So I see a lot of people, a lot of energies coming, supporting, standing there by you that you're not expecting. And boy, is the scales of life shifting. And with all of these cats, it reminds me of 9 lives, meaning that this person thought perhaps it was the end of you. They thought you were in their past, and you are rising up again, showing what your power is, or life is showing them what your power is. And so what's going on here for you in this solar eclipse, what to expect? There are 2 things going on. First, you are receiving that which you have been deprived of, something that you were supposed to take. It was written for you to take. And with some like meddling of energy, of meddling of power, playing with power was taken away from you. This person or these people thought that they can take it from you forever and more. This was just temporary, and you are being put in a very strong position. Not only will you receive this blessing tenfold, but you will also see karma play out, and you will see them being exposed. They will see how times change, and they will see people standing there on your side this time. This is exactly what I see for your reading and what's going on for you in this solar eclipse. My dear pile number 4, look out for a major blessing that you were always supposed to receive. I wish you and that you are about to receive it now, after a long, hard time or life waiting for it. My dear pile number 4, this is exactly what I see in your reading. I truly hope you've enjoyed it, and I wish you the best of luck with what's to come. I heard in my mind bounty. Maybe this is relevant to a lot of you. And my dear pile number 4, I truly hope you've enjoyed your reading. If you have, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And please don't forget to check out my 2 productivity books. My dear pile number 4, these books could truly help you out in achieving your dreams and manifesting the things that you want. They are there to empower you and for you to do them in a way that doesn't require that much effort or suffering. The productivity handbook teaches you techniques that helps you tackle even the most intimidating tasks. These techniques help you open up your mind to brilliant ways of approaching productivity and becoming productive. It teaches you the healthy mindset of becoming productive, because it's not about suffering. Otherwise, you're going to endure it for a while and then drop it. It's about having a healthy mindset, to also not wait for motivation, because motivation comes and goes. And although it's a wonderful feeling, if you depend on it, you're just going to wait for it to appear the next time, right? This book will be really mind-opening for you. It will help you become a productive person as you finish this ebook and enjoy the journey. And if you're interested in checking it out, you'll find a link to this ebook down in the description box. There's also an audiobook if you love listening to your books. And while you're there, you might want to check out the sister book, which is the Productivity e-cookbook. This book, I've partnered with a nutritionist that I really love and believe in to bring out to you 210 recipes that are healthy and delicious and are cooked in a matter of minutes. giving you the rest of the day to do what is important for you. And this way you'll be able to eat delicious food that is healthy and one that you don't have to research for every day, and to make sure that not only is it delicious, but it's also cooked quickly. There's a vegan version if you're vegan. If not, perhaps you can even make use of both ebooks, since there are no duplicates. And if you're interested in checking it out, you'll find the link to this ebook down in the description box. And my dear pile number 4, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm wishing you the best with what's to come here, and I'll catch you in the next reading. But by the way, if you're wondering in what area of your life, it's an area where you felt you lacked in the past. And I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye.